All right, well, hey everybody, Grim Green from grimgreen.com. Welcome back to Wildcard Wednesday. What I have to talk to you about today are two devices. Now, these are both from Sigelei. This is the 150 watt temperature control device, and then this is the 200 watt, which they're calling the Fuchai. So, back in the day, which is not even a year ago, Sigelei released the 150 watt and then the 200 watt, and they were very, very similar. They were both similarly styled boxes, slightly different buttons, but one did 150, one did 200. That's basically what this is. They've released two boxes. One does 150, one does 200. They both do temperature control, but they have slightly different displays. Let me plug an atomizer on here so we can actually get to the uppy closey time, but they're very, very similar. Yeah, okay, let's just drip and not talk at the same time. Here we go, uppy closey time. All right, yeehaw. Well, let's spend a little bit of up close and personal time here with the Sigelei 150 watt and the Sigelei 200 watt. They call the 150 watt the 150 watt TC, was Sigelei 150 watt temperature control, and they call their 200 watt now the Fuchai, and they're both kind of very similar. Let's start off with the 150 watt. It's a box mod. It's an oddly shaped box mod. I'm not a huge fan of the way this particular device looks. The buttons are nice and clicky, but it does have that slightly obnoxious mirrored finish. And I want to show you real quick a couple spots on here, right here. Now, this isn't from being dropped. This is just everyday use. This is just wear and tear. There's the finish kind of coming off right here. It has that sort of matte, rubbery feeling finish. It's kind of coming off in a couple places, especially down here and especially up here, a couple other places right here. I can only imagine that as you keep using it, that's going to get worse, and I can only imagine that the Fuchai is going to be the same way. It's not showing right now, but over time, oh, there's a little bit coming off right there. Over time, these finishes aren't, they're not amazing. They both have spring-loaded 510s. They both have the same exact clicky button, the same exact up-down buttons, and the same mirrored display on there, although the Fuchai has a looking like a slightly narrower display on there. No big deal. Let's pop some batteries in here and let's talk about the battery door. Now, this battery door stays on pretty well. It's much, much better than that SmokeTech X Cube 2. Takes a little bit of effort to go, and pop it off just like that. Two magnets hold it in place. Now this is run in series, so it's clearly marked right here. Your positive goes here, your negative goes here. So what we're gonna do, this is a Samsung 25R. We're gonna put our positive down there like that. We're gonna wrap the ribbon over. We're gonna put our other positive up there like that. And then we're gonna put this door right back on. No big deal. Why is this such a big deal? No big deal, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Display lights up, comes to life, Sigelei, and it's got the old school, very traditional Sigelei look of it. 50 joules, 0 volts, no resistance, 550 degrees. When you press the button, of course, it says check atomizer. Now, this does temperature control for titanium and nickel, but not stainless steel. In fact, neither of these do temperature control for stainless steel. So 5 clicks gets you into the menu system. You can change your temperature, you can exit out, you can turn the system on and off, you can switch it between power mode, which would be wattage mode, and joule mode, which would be temperature control mode. When you click it into joule mode, you can change your Fahrenheit from Fahrenheit to Celsius as far as temperature goes. And you can set your temperature in here as well. But I want to switch this back to wattage mode right now. So we're going to go to power mode, we're going to exit, and now it's showing 65.1 watts, 100% battery life, no volts, and no resistance since I have nothing attached. Now this display looks a lot different and functions a lot different than the Fuchai display. Fuchai has a very, very similar door. It takes a lot of effort to push it, squeeze it open. Same sort of design, although this one's not quite clearly as marked. You can see there's a positive and a negative, and then a negative and a positive there. 2 magnets hold the door on, so if we put our batteries in here, just like that, following the display, positive goes up, yes, following the display. We wrap our ribbon around, and we pop the door back on, and this door, nice. no play, up or down, side to side. It just stays on nice. Spring-loaded 510, so let's fire this one up now. Very, very different display. It shows your wattage really big right here, and it shows you it's in power mode, and there's no resistance because there's nothing attached. Now, the buttons have these weird like wings, or I don't know what this is for. It's just cut in there. I kind of wish this was just smooth, but they have this sort of like stylized side on it, which it's really neither here nor there. It doesn't inhibit or enhance my vaping experience. So the menu system in the Fuchai is a little bit different than the 150 watt TC. There's no clicking of the power button. You hold both of the up and down buttons on, and then this is the only menu you get. Titanium obviously would be for titanium wire. PWR is power, so that's just straight wattage mode, and nickel is for, well, using nickel wire. So if we click the power button now, it's in nickel mode. It's on Fahrenheit, and this does both Fahrenheit and Celsius, but it's a little bit weird to get to. You don't set your wattage in this mode. All you're setting is your temperature. So let's go down in temperature. Let's just go down in Fahrenheit all the way to the bottom, and you'll see it switch over to Celsius. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, go, 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 go. Good Lord. Okay, so now it's switched over to Celsius, so you can adjust the Celsius if that's what you're used to up. And the only way to get back to Fahrenheit mode is to continue going, pressing. When you get to the maximum of Celsius, it switches back over to the Fahrenheit mode. Oops, no, that's right. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's hold these down. Power mode, this is what I've been using it in, as a variable wattage device. And there's a little bit right there. If I lift this door up, a little bit of the finish coming off right there as well. So the finish on these aren't great, but the interfaces are pretty nice. I kind of prefer the Fuchai interface to the traditional 150 watt TC interface. They both have that rubberized coating, spring-loaded 510s, dual 18650s, vents on the bottom, doors that are magnetic. They're very, very similar devices. Now the Fuchai, you see this, it's weirdly shaped, and this isn't something that I was really going to nitpick. It just looks weird to me. It just looks weird in my opinion. It's oddly shaped. It looks like a box mod that's like melting, like it's like bleh, like it's off to the side. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's attach some atomizers to these. Let's get back out to normal view and let's vape them. Normal view. Normal view. So yeah, that's the 150 watt and the Fuchai 200 watt up close and personal. Man, that finish coming off on the 150 watt really bugs me. It really, really bugs me. And then recently I saw a picture that Gorgor Brittany had posted on her Instagram of the Fuchai. She's like, oh great, I've had it for a week. It's already like peeling off. The finish is already peeling off. So these finishes on here, while they feel nice-ish to hold, they're probably not the most durable. Mine has been peeling off in 2 spots here, and it's starting to peel off on the door on the Fuchai. Now, let's start with the Fuchai. It's got a completely different interface, as you saw in the up close. It's got a completely different style. It's oddly shaped. It's comfortable to use, but it's oddly shaped. Now, I don't have a whole hell of a lot of faith right now in these Sigelei chips, and it's because I can take the same atomizer and move it from one to the other and get different resistances. Additionally, I can take that same atomizer and move it from my Sigeleis to something like a DNA 200 and get a different resistance than what was on these two. So here I have the Tactical Warhead. Right now it's reading 0.11. I have it in power mode. I have it set to 113 watts, giving me plenty of power. Cool. Cool. Now let's put this on the 150 watt. So the 150 watt says that it will fire down to a 0.10 ohm coil. If the Fuchai is to be believed, this is a 0.11 ohm coil, so it should be reading it, but it's not. It's giving me a low resistance error. The TC, the 150 watt, won't fire down to 0.1. It says on the website it'll fire down to 0.1. And this is supposed to be a 0.11, but it will not fire on the Sigelei 150 watt. So if I plug this onto my DNA 200, same thing. It's reading it at 0.11, 111 watts, and it'll fire like crazy. So what's wrong? Is it not reading the resistance right? Does it think the resistance is too low? Or will it really not fire down to 0.11? I find all of this very, very interesting. Additionally, the same thing happens to me with temperature control. I'll have a temperature control tank, which I actually don't have any of right now, so I can't even demonstrate it, but it'll give me two different resistance readings. And I kind of go, well, which one's right? I don't know which one's right. So let's just compare these head to head. Which one do I actually like better? I kind of like the Fuchai better. I like that it's a box and it doesn't have this weird upper part. I like that it will fire lower resistances. I like the screen on it better, and I like the interface on it better. I like being able to just hold these two up-down buttons and switch between power, titanium, and nickel. I'm going to leave it on power 9 times out of 10, but I do like it, and it does give me plenty of power. And it's actually really comfortable to hold. The shape is weird, but it is actually really comfortable to hold. It's good. It's really nice. Now, I want to put something on here. I want to vape this 150 watt TC just to vape it. I mean, it's a review, right? So I have to vape it? Okay, let's try this Arctic V8 tank. It's reading 0.54 ohms, so plenty of resistance for this. 71 watts, 6.2 volts. Done. Good. Not bad. If you're going to stay in a higher resistance range and you never picture yourself going like above 150 watts and you use temperature control, even if you don't use temperature control, but especially if you use temperature control, well, the 150 might be a better option for you. For me, I use higher wattages and lower resistances, and you running a 0.11 on here at 112 watts is what is appealing to me. Stylistically, I like the Fuchai better. Performance-wise, I like the Fuchai better. And display-wise, I like the Fuchai better. Price-wise, do I like the Fuchai better? So unfortunately, the Fuchai is out of stock right now on my Vapor Store, but they're selling this for 69 bucks. Dude, temperature control, dual 18650 in a comfortable package, fires down to 0.05, 69 bucks. That to me is a screaming deal. This probably wouldn't be my first choice regulated mod, but it's a very, very good regulated mod. Unfortunately as well, over on Sigelei, oh no, it is in stock. Okay, Sigelei has the 150 TC temp control from Sigelei for $89. That's weird. I don't know. I mean, it's two different vendors, but the Fuchai is actually less expensive than those Sigelei 150 TC. It is what it is. I'll have links down in the description. If I was to look at one of these over the other, I would definitely take a closer look at the Fuchai. It might be what you're looking for. Personally, 80 bucks I think is a screaming deal. I personally wouldn't, I have no need to, if I lost all my vape stuff, let's do that. If I lost all my vape stuff, is this the regulated box I would go after? Probably not. I could think of probably 6 or 7 off the top of my head that I would buy before I took a serious look at the Sigelei Fuchai. But could be exactly what you're looking for. Still hate that mirrored finish though, but I'm rambling now. Everything will be linked in the description below, the official Sigelei site, Sigelei, as well as my Vapor Store. I'll try to track down another place where the Fuchai might actually be in stock. But that's what I got for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, yes, let's keep on vaping.
That's enough.